You too loud. I'm recording. You all in the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to today's video where I will show you how I made all of these wonderful products with my Ayurvedic DIY hair oil. Hi, I'm Healy Means. Welcome and welcome back to my channel where we judge products, not people. Using the ingredients you see here, I made my DIY Ayurvedic oil on May 19, 2020. Check out the video for details. I normally let my DIY oils infuse for about a month, so it was ready on June 19th. I brought the oil inside, but I didn't make the products until June 30th. Of course, the star of the show is the actual Ayurvedic oil. I use paper coffee filters as well as a metal coffee strainer, glass jars and bottles, and also additional plastic jars to store my concoctions. And here's just a few of several ingredients that I mixed with the oil. Because I brought the oil inside on the 19th, but I didn't start mixing things together until the 30th, the first thing that I wanted to do was heat up the oil. Before heating the oil, I stirred it a few good times just to make sure that all of the sediment on the bottom was evenly and thoroughly mixed in. Then I put the glass jar in the pot of water on my stove on low to medium heat for about 20 minutes. I let it sit until it was warm, and then I was ready to strain the oil. Before I strained the oil, I decided to melt down my cocoa butter and shea butter that I wanted to use for another product. I used the same water that I used to heat up the oil, but this time under no heat. Since the water was already hot, I knew that it was warm enough to melt the cocoa butter and shea butter. So I just put the container in the pot with the hot water, stirred it around until it melted almost completely, but not quite. Here is what the butters and oil look like after they have been warmed and taken out of the pot. And now I'm ready to strain the oil. I use both a paper coffee filter and a metal coffee strainer just to make sure that I got all of the powders and the larger ingredients filtered out. The last thing that I wanted was to have powders and other Ayurvedic ingredients in my hair once I used the oil. This is how it looks. So you can see, and it's still kind of thick. Like I said, there's a lot of powders and, larger herbs and pieces and stuff that has to filter through. So right now I'm just kind of letting gravity do its thing. I'm going to let this go for a few minutes, and then I'll come back with a spoon, or some other type agitator to try to help to get the oil through both of the strainers. If I don't smell anything else in this hair oil right now, I smell that neem. Oh my goodness, it is so strong. There is no way that I will use this oil undiluted and go outside my house. Nuh-uh. This, if I ever use the full strength, it'll be like a hot oil treatment. Then I'll follow it with my wash day routine. But we're not going anywhere with this oil in our hair, not even to the mailbox. No sir, no ma'am. And then let me show you. So this is still very liquidy because, again, this is the powder in the oil, so it's not really that thick, and even stirring it around some is not really making the oil come out too much quicker, but that powder is very fine, so it's taking the oil at room temperature quite a while to get through both of the strainers. But it's important to double strain this because I don't want powder remnants in my hair. I wanted to make several products with the oil, so the first thing that I did was combine some of the garlic infused olive oil with the Ayurvedic hair oil. I also added a couple of essential oils. I added rosemary and peppermint, and this oil came out pretty nice. I really liked it, and I can't wait to use it, most likely as a hot oil treatment. I wanted to use the hair oil in a thicker consistency, so I decided to make a hair butter. I combined the cocoa butter and shea butter mix with a little bit of the hair oil sludge and just a pinch of the oil. I believe I also added a few essential oils at the end, but I can't remember exactly which ones. The blended product was quite liquidy, but that's okay. I just popped it in my freezer, waited a few minutes, and then blended it into a beautiful butter. Here I have the Eden Body Works Almond and Marshmallow Split End Repair Mask. If you remember from the video I did on this line, I'm not too particular about the mask, but I already opened it, I'm gonna use it. And I was thinking about a way to enhance the hair mask. What I'm gonna do now is blend some of the Eden Body Works Almond Marshmallow Split End Repair Mask with some of the Ayurvedic hair oil sludge and maybe a little bit of the hair oil. So I ended up adding all of the deep conditioner to the container. I kept scooping and scooping, and I was like, hey, might as well just put it all. I added a little bit of the sludge, I added the oil, and then I blended. I had to remove the blender cup, stir, remove the blender cup, stir, and the reason why is because that conditioner was so thick, it wasn't allowing the conditioner and the oil and the sludge to mix together all the way through the blender. I knew this hair mask was thick, but I thought I at least would be able to blend the ingredients together. Look at how thick this conditioner is. So what I ended up doing was just scooping it all back into the original jar and then just mixing it together by hand. It is so thick. This looks like it's gonna be a very creamy deep conditioner. Oh my goodness, look at that. I can't wait to use it. And y'all know I'm not letting anything go to waste. I am scooping and scraping everything that I can to add it to the jar and just continuing to mix it all together by hand to make sure that there's no just conditioner by itself without the oil and sludge mixed in. I'm so excited about this deep conditioner right now. I cannot wait to use it in my next wash day. Now y'all know I was gonna go back and try to get some more of this. I know I'm losing my light, so a lot of the rest of this is gonna be done off camera. But if y'all thought I was gonna let this stay in this thing, nah, then you ain't been watching my channel. You ain't familiar with that hashtag. Waste not, want not. Trust me, you know I'm gonna go up in here and get all of the goodies. So that's that. Well, nope, get that too. And I got this long spoon like this, so guess what? I can get up in this cup. Y'all know I wasn't gonna leave all this in the cup. Here is the rest of the Ayurvedic oil. I let it settle a little bit because I still had a lot of powders left in the oil. I definitely wanted to make sure that I had some of the oil left as a base that I could use by itself. I could use it diluted with other carrier oils, and then I could even make additional products. And then you can see some of the sludge that was left at the bottom of the measuring cup. And this is just mostly the powders. I decided to use the sludge that was at the bottom of the measuring cup and the sludge that was at the bottom of the original jar to make my next batch of Ayurvedic hair oil. And here I'm just mixing various oils, most of which you saw in my Rolly Bins video. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out. And I'm just getting this together, and it'll be my next batch, which will be ready in a month from now. Here are the jars of the hair butter that I made. I actually made 3 jars, I believe, of the hair butter. It came out so whipped and so creamy. After I took the mix out of the freezer, I went in with my hand blender, and this made more of a whipped solution. What I didn't want to do is make it more creamy again. And then this is just a plain shea butter, cocoa butter mix that I have left over. So I saved that off to the side. And I think I actually used that in face and body butter. Here's just a close-up of the hair butter on the blender blades. It was so whipped and creamy, and it just like melted on contact. I think it's going to be good for the summer, but it'll also be good for the winter also. It's light, but it does have that consistency that will hold up just a little bit more than a straight liquid would. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's video. Here are all of the products that I made with my DIY Ayurvedic hair oil. I can't wait to use all of them, including the second batch, which I use a few different oils, and that one will be ready in about a month from now. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, click the notifications bell, and share with everyone you know. Until next time, bye.